Yo, let's chat for a bit. How is everybody doing this evening? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Hope everybody's enjoying the evening. Today got another fun topic. Before I get into that, I just want to check in and see how everybody's doing. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I hope everybody had a good day. Whether you're at work, whether you're just at home relaxing, I just hope that everything will, hope everything goes well for you. I just hope and pray that everything is all good. Continue to pray to the Lord. The Lord is always with you, no matter what the scenario is. And always keep that in mind, because God is always with you, no matter what you're going through. So my day was pretty, yeah. That's how I feel right now. But yes, today I was just trying to get through. Just trying to get to tomorrow. And I'll probably be working Saturday, so I'm not too sure if they cancel it, if they keep it going. I don't know. But as of right now, I'm working Saturday. So I can't say, yeah, I'm looking towards Friday because I got the weekend off. Nah. I have to work. So I'm all good. I'm trying to just keep my head above water. Hope everything is all good with everybody. Just waiting for a minute to make sure everybody comes on. But like I said, everything is all good on my end. Just taking it one day at a time. I know that God is with me. I know I'm not living the perfect life, but I know with Him all things are possible. So I always keep that in my mind. I always keep that in my heart that everything is going to be all right. I just got to keep the faith, keep my head up, and we'll go for it. We'll go towards what God has in store for me and what God has in store for you. I just hope and pray that everybody will enjoy the rest of their evening. And hope everybody enjoy this weekend. I mean, the weekend is coming up. I know my weekend is pretty busy, but hey, I'd rather take busy than boring. So I'm very grateful for all that is going on right now. I'm just very grateful that God has always been by my side through thick and thin. So with that being said, I'm going to jump right into this topic. I had to write it down. I don't know why. Normally I always keep the topics on top of my head. Just a little off my game today, but hey, I'd rather have a topic better than nothing. So today I want to talk about the internet. The internet, yes, the internet as a whole. The internet was more fun back then. I could say that I totally agree with that statement. I had a lot more fun on the internet. It's like now, probably because the way cell phones and everything is set up now, everything is all on your phone. So I have to look at it from that perspective. So I would say that it could have been, a little bit different for me. Could have been different for the entire society, that the internet has changed over time, because it's like most times unless I'm looking something up, like I rarely get on the internet because everything is always there. Everything you are utilizing are apps now. You got the Facebook app, you got the Instagram app, TikTok, YouTube, even your streaming services, Max, Hulu, ESPN, anything of that nature. You have that, like each thing you go through is a app. So that's how I look at it right there, is that, the internet was a lot more fun because you had so much range on the internet, because you could go online and just look up things. You could actually stay online. And that's how I look at it. Like everything was all good trying to, you get online, you can stay online for hours just looking up stuff. And it was like I'm sure it's not a great tool now, but it was always a great tool. But it's like now everything is changing. So the first thing I really came across was, I made a video about it a while ago. It's actually doing pretty good. I almost hit 10,000 views. And I was very grateful for that. The first social media account I ever made. Gotta go with Black Planet. Black Planet was my very first social media that I joined. I had a ball with that. I had so much fun with Black Planet. Black Planet was something that, that was a great time. That was like towards I would say my senior year in high school. That's when I joined Black Planet. And I'm not too sure if I think the website and everything is probably still up. I think it's an app now. But I remember Black Planet being top of the line at that time, and everybody, well, I won't say everybody was on it, but a lot of people was on it. It was the very first time you could actually start connecting with people. There might have been some other apps. I'm not trying to say this only, but this was the first one that I personally joined. So Black Planet was something that was that was a game changer for a lot of people. And everybody, know a lot of my friends from high school. Shout out to my class at Crockett. A lot of them was on Black Planet. That's how I got along with a lot of people from Black Planet. So everything was all good. But, again, as I mentioned in the video I did on TikTok, I said that Black Planet, it was fun, but then again, it started to get a little irritating for me personally, because people will always hit me up, will say, can you change my background? Can you add music to my page? Can you redo my whole Black Planet page? I always did that. And I knew very little coding back then compared to, as years later, because I ended up taking a lot of computer classes during college. I started to learn how to code and do everything from there. But at that point, coding was pretty much still new to me. I had to go online and try to figure out exactly what I'm doing when it comes to the coding. So it's like, you got to add this code, you got to add this, type this in, and put the song in, MP3 at that time. Or Wave, could have been a Wave file. But bam, you got your music. Or whatever picture you want, you have a JPEG. You put that wherever you want. Now, it's like, personally, everything is always drag and drop now. So that's understandable to a certain extent. But hey, society has changed. But Black Planet was one of the first ones that I've joined, and man, that was so much fun back there. I connected with so many people. It was just hilarious. It's amazing. So Black Planet was the first social media site that I joined personally. I know Black Planet was something that a lot of people did not join at first. I know I'm going to talk about another one in a sec that a lot of people did join. But Black Planet, for me personally, started me on everything that I, come to the social media life. So I go from that point all the way to the next one, which I would say is pretty much the same thing, but it's kind of like open range. MySpace. MySpace was so much fun. Tom, I think, what's his name? Tom. Tom was always in your top 8, no matter how you look at it. Tom was your friend. As soon as you joined, Tom was the first person on your page every single time. So, man, I missed some days. I was still in my college years. College years, was so much fun when it came to dealing with MySpace. Same scenario. Me helping build everybody page up, adding music, add this and add that. I had to do a lot of that. Pretty much the same thing as Black Planet. Hey, big bro, what's up, man? How you been? But yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun, and the drama, I would say the drama was still pretty much the same as Black Planet. But the problem, I wouldn't say it was drama, but people would kind of look at it weird, like, who was in your top 8? And if you wanted someone who was in your top 8, it's like it always developed a problem. Personally, I really didn't care. So either way it goes, Tom was always in that top 8 regardless, because Tom was the first one in there. So, MySpace was pretty much a good thing at that time. And I know I can't remember my MySpace account or my page right now. It's been so long. I don't even know if is MySpace still going? I'm not too sure. Somebody help me out on that. That's good, man. That's good. It's good to hear from you. Good to hear from you. So it's like, I just look at the internet. Yeah, the internet has changed. And, it's, like I said, it was more fun back then. Like now, like I said, everything is an app. So that's how I look at, how society is right now. Like, you get online to look up certain things. I'm not trying to say the internet is dead. It's not. That's not going to go anywhere. But it's like the way we use the internet has changed over time. Yeah, Aaron, I'll tell the family I'm gonna see my mom and my sister tomorrow, so I'm gonna check them, check up with them to see how things are going with them. I'm gonna call my brother a little bit later this week. Well, I'm gonna say later, but this weekend I'll give him a call, see what's going on with him. So I'll let him know. I'll let him know. I'll let everybody know. I got you, man. So next, I could say what else I could look at when it comes to internet. I would say AOL was a big, huge thing, and it's a huge thing. It's a huge thing to this day because some people still use AOL as like an email, which I don't see how people still use AOL, but AOL was really a real big factor of the internet back then. And right now, I'm not too sure the status of AOL, but like I know my father used to have. I think my father still, yeah, he had an AOL account. Like I knew people that had AOL account, but it was not. It was a very rare. It's a rare thing now, but I don't know anybody that's really using it at this time. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. So I was thinking like you was thinking about AOL. I was thinking about the instant messenger. Instant messenger was something that everybody was really accustomed to. That's how I got along with a lot of people. That's how I connected with a lot of people. That was before everybody had their own phone. When I say their own phones, but that was your way of connecting with people, especially when I was on campus. I had a lot of people on my page. Well, in my contacts, I should say, not my page, but in my contacts, I will always have people that I actually interact with, and I interact with so many people on AIM. Away messages, away messages. You hear that noise when they open up the door. Like I say, they entered they logged in. You hear the door when it closed. They logged out, and sometimes you just keep your away message up all night saying, "Yeah, I'm asleep," or I'm in class, or anything you could put in there. You always put it in the doggone was it away message? Yeah, away message. That was the thing right there. So especially at Eastern, I had enjoyed that the most. I'm not too sure who still uses AIM right now because everything is, like I said, everything is different now. So that's how I look at that. Then I'm thinking about how the internet has evolved over time. We went from dial-up all the way to like the Ethernet and all this and that. Now everything is pretty much wireless. The dial-up got on my last nerve because sometimes it'll go through, sometimes it won't. You got to hear that loud noise when it's connecting and all this and that. Your speeds are slow. Everything was just, it was terrible. And at my household, we had a second line. So it's like if somebody was on the phone, they're going to mess everything up. I hated that. That was a problem back then. But now it's so convenient. Now it's like, everything is, wireless. And like I say, you got some people that still use Ethernet. I'm not gonna say Ethernet is gone. Ethernet is still there. If all you're doing is just pretty much plugging it up the hard way. So you just pretty much the same thing. But I would say, yeah, dial-up was always a mystery to me because it was like the noise was loud, all this and that. I'm like, just connect, golly. But yeah, the internet speeds was different. And speaking of internet speeds, I have to go there. I have to go with the music that everyone used to download. And LimeWire was top notch when it came to that. It was top notch. Everybody had that, or even something similar to it. I know Napster was a thing back then, all this and that. But LimeWire was really, really on everybody's computer. You was downloading so much stuff. You download the virus, then you know how to get it off. You would download everything because you wanted this, you wanted that, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna risk it. And some files have viruses to it. So LimeWire. Keep saying LimeWire. LimeWire was actually a good, it was a good program to use. Let me put it that way. But I miss those days. I'm not gonna lie. As time went on, I think that's probably why we're doing the streaming stuff now. Because when you're streaming everything, everything is all good. But back then, you were downloading music, you were downloading pretty much anything you could possibly get your hands on. You hear a song, oh, I gotta go get it. You downloaded pretty much anything. And I remember there was a time at Eastern they had put a block on there, so it's like anytime you try to make the attempt, and I did that. I was being funny. I was being rebellious for a second until I found out it was really real. That if you try to download on there, I think they cut your internet for a certain amount of time. I forgot how long the span was. It wasn't like 24 hours. I know that. But there was a time that they actually would cut it off. It could have been a couple hours. I can't remember. I think it might have been a couple hours at best. That if you made the attempt to download anything, oh no, they're cutting your internet. I mean, they wouldn't get rid of it. It's like that wouldn't make sense. But it's like they will. It's pretty much like a warning shot. So it was, like I said, it was just different back then, man. I really miss those days. So then you had to really think about how Facebook evolved. And I remember when Facebook was, how can I put it? Facebook was really just for the college kids. Then it's like it expanded. And I'm not trying to say it got worse, but it started to get real different when you started expanding it to everyone instead of just college students. Because we all had to have I won't say an EMU account, but for me, I had to have a EMU account. But no matter what college you was going to, you had to have that type of account to get in pretty much. And I miss when Facebook was like that. Everything was pretty much straightforward. It was nothing crazy. I mean, it was, like I said, it was more laid back, it was more chill. Now it's like it's chaotic. It's just too much going on. Doing the reels and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing whatsoever. It's all entertaining. It's so much that it's like Facebook has evolved from what it used to be back then compared to how it is now. A lot has changed in a good way. I'm not throwing no shade on Facebook at all. It's just, like I said, it went from, your typical try to find this person, try to find that person, look on this network, this person's part of this school's network, all the way to pretty much just typing in somebody's name and it will automatically come up. And it's, like I said, it's a lot more fun now, but it was a little different back then. But Facebook has evolved over time, and it was all good. So yeah, you had to have an Eastern account back then, and I think I joined Facebook end of 2004 or beginning of 2005. That's a long time ago. Man, that's almost 20 years. Well, that is 20 years. Wow. Yeah, I've been on Facebook for a long time, and that right there says enough. But other than that, yeah, the internet was a lot fun back then. It was a whole lot more fun back then. I mean, that's just how I look at life right now. Like, the internet back then was just like your tool for every single thing that you were looking for. And that's how I look at it. But now, like I said, everything now is just an app. And now that things are starting to evolve with AI, it's like, it's so much that you could do besides just going on the internet just to look up something. So that's how I look at how things were back then compared to now. Like I said, the internet has been so much of a gift to everybody, right? It was going from back then all the way to now. But as of right now, like I said, everything is so, based on whatever app you're using, that's exactly what it's particularly used for. So that's how I look at it right there. So, yeah, that was my topic for today. The internet was fun back then, and I have to agree with that. From Black Planet to MySpace to using LimeWire, all that. I miss those days, and a lot of that was represented by my college life. My college life was so much fun with the internet at that time. So yeah, everything was all good back then. I wish it could kind of go back to that, just the fun part. I mean, I know as time goes on, everything has evolved, but I just hope that things, when it comes to the internet, become more fun. So, I'm about to get off this live. I'm tired. Like I said, this has been a pretty long week for me, but I'm surviving. I'm very thankful that God has got me through this week so far. So, I pray that everybody has a wonderful day. I pray that everybody stay blessed, and always, always keep God first. I'll talk to y'all later.